All right, this is part 2 of my crypt fog chiller. In part 1, we got the whole thing built. Now we're working on the details. Tyler is cutting some Dollar Tree skulls in half. He did not like this comment, by the way.
Yeah, you do everything. I just come out here and do the technical stuff.
Yeah.
The maintenance guy. She's banging the maintenance guy.
And Woodford just didn't like us being up this late. Look at him pouting. Poor baby.
Come on, you guys, it's time for bed.
So anyway, after Tyler finished cutting the skulls in half, I traced him on these little squares of foam, cut holes in the middle. This is what the fog is going to be piped through. And then I used one of my little hot tools to carve a skull-shaped crevice in the foam, and then I liquid nailed the skull into the foam. This is kind of what it looked like up close after I was done with that. The next morning, after everything had dried, I came out and glued those little detail squares to the crypt. And I didn't get the next part on video, but I actually went inside the crypt and then carved holes out where the holes in those little skull detail pieces are. And then Tyler's going to have to drill the same holes into the side of the freezer. I also had to go in and get a couple of other detail pieces glued on to the sides and back of the crypt, so I did that today as well. And then I got out my hot wire tool and started carving out the edges of the foam boards. This part is really important. This is what makes the foam look like stone. And you do not have to do it perfectly. The messier and sketchier, the better. Then I came in with my heat gun, and the heat gun adds a really nice, like stone-like texture to the foam. It also smooths out all of the imperfections from your carving and just from the foam itself, so that it looks more like stone. I added some detail pieces to the lid, and then I repeated the whole process of the carving and the heat gun on the lid. And this is what it looked like when it was done. So come back for part 3 for paint.